In July, President Trump remained under a cloud of Russian suspicion. The White House was adamant there was no contact between the Trump campaign and Russia, and you would be a fool and a cuck to suggest it.
Was there any contact in any way between Trump or his associates and the Kremlin?
Of course not. Why would there be any contacts between the campaign?
To be clear, Mr. Trump has no financial relationships with any Russian oligarchs.
That's what he said. That's what I said. That's obviously what the opposition is.
Trump's campaign manager, Paul Manafort, showing exactly how someone speaks when they have nothing to hide. The most strident defence came from the president's son and lumberjack who dreams of one day being a mermaid, Don Jr. The mere suggestion of contact between Trump and the Russians offended him.
I don't mind a fair fight, but these lies and the perpetuating of that kind of nonsense to try to, gain some political capital is just outrageous. This is time and time again, lie after lie. We hear experts, his house cat at home once said that this is what's happening with the Russians. It's disgusting. It's so phony.
So nobody from the Trump campaign had any contact with the Russians, and the mere thought of it was, quote, disgusting and phony to Don Jr. So what happened then?
Donald Trump Jr., the first son, embroiled in controversy tonight over a meeting he took with the Russian lawyer during his father's presidential campaign.
It's a startling development. The emails show Donald Trump Jr. was told the Russian government was trying to help his father's campaign and that he was willing, even eager, to accept their help.
On June 3rd, Goldstone emailed Donald Trump Jr. to say the Crown Prosecutor of Russia has offered to provide the Trump campaign with some official documents and information that would incriminate Hillary and her dealings with Russia and would be very useful to your father. Less than 20 minutes later, Donald Trump Jr. responded, "If it's what you say, I love it."
I love it. I mean, it's disgusting and phony, but I love it. But we've all made plans on email with no intention to actually follow through. I mean, it's not like he invited a big group of Russians to his dad's house.
How many people were at the June 2016 meeting at Trump Tower?
Russian-American lobbyist Rinat Akhmetyan was also in attendance with Trump's eldest son and Veselnitskaya. That also included publicist Rob Goldstone, campaign chair Paul Manafort, and Donald Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner, who is now a top advisor to the president. CNN has learned at least two others were in the room, a translator and a representative of the Agalarov family.
So 4 of the 8 people in the meeting were Russian. That's pretty Russian. Hopefully Don Jr. has a good explanation for meeting all those Russians he didn't meet.
This is Russia fever. This is pre-Russia mania. This was 13 months ago, before I think the rest of the world was talking about that, trying to build up this narrative about Russia. So I don't even think my sirens, went up, or the antennas went up. At the time, it wasn't this big news story.
No, he's right there. He's right there. Big news stories are rarely big news stories before they happen. Titanic wasn't that big a news story pre-iceberg, So with a mounting body of evidence, the queen of alternative facts, Kellyanne Conway, went straight for the Constitution, the little-known Section A4.
This is to help all the people at home. What's the conclusion? Collusion? No, we don't have that yet. I see illusion and delusion.
So, with the CIA, the FBI and the NSA all concluding that Russia messed with the election and Don Jr. wondering why his deal with the devil didn't turn him into a real mermaid, it was time for the president to get to the bottom of this once and for all.
President Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One that he again pressed Vladimir Putin about Russian interference in the election that he won. He said he didn't meddle. Trump said, "Every time he sees me, he says, I didn't do that. And I really believe that when he tells me that, he means it."
Yeah, so there you go, case closed. Now everyone should just stop chasing stupid conspiracy theories and let the true president get on with the job.